Coach, you look up and you're dominating their lineup, but you're down 2-0, and then it just kind of got away from you. I mean, kind of what were you thinking in the dugout about Jacob Pruitt's performance at that time, and kind of what was happening offensively?
Shoot, heading into the fifth, it was a great college baseball game, and I think we give up the big inning, and can't get out of there fast enough, and then they give up the big inning, and I thought we did a great job getting back into it, but we had so many opportunities to score tonight, and it's like, I don't mind if you don't score. I mean, I like to score, but you got to compete and put balls in play hard. And we're having our worst at bats when those are out there. And so that's we win that game 90% of the time with what happens in the eighth inning, or I guess it's the eighth. We got the bases loaded, one out, in our middle of our lineup coming up, and we don't compete. And then they get in momentum on their side, and the next thing you know, they get a big hit.
Robbie?
You talked the other day about, you have a good at bat, and then you'll have, a couple of at bats in a row where you don't have a productive at bat.
Yeah.
What are you seeing from the guys in those situations? You think?
I don't know. I thought Dylan Cup gave us a great at bat there in the ninth. Ball just hangs up a little bit, but we have too many where we're trying to pull, we're hooking balls behind us, or we're swinging and missing. We just have too much where we're not on the ball, and we got to be better. I know we're going to hit, but it's frustrating not to hit. With these two big midweeks that we've had, especially because we took the momentum back over in that game. We win that game, like I said, every time because we can pitch at the end of the game, and you take that momentum and those at bats, the stadium, the dude effect, and we just don't get a hit. We don't get contact. They don't have to make a play and come off the field.
Doug?
Coach, you get 20 strikeouts, but you give up 3 home runs, which is kind of an unusual mixture. What are your thoughts overall on the pitching tonight?
I thought most of the guys pitched great. Jacob Pruitt gives up a homer. They're all solo shots. I get more when we, in 2 of the homers, way ahead in the count, and then we let them back in the count. And then, the 3-0 pitch, we just throw one down the middle because we're behind 2 quick outs, and we lose our focus a little bit. So, but solo homers aren't going to beat you usually. It's usually, when you're walking guys, the inning of the 5th inning is what beats us.
Steve?
Yeah, Garrick had a good game, and you ultimately sub him there late for defensively. But it seems like the game always kind of finds you. I mean, what was kind of the thought process there making that defensive substitution?
Just didn't want to get beat defensively. Garrick hadn't played over there a lot, on the defensive side. And he struggled. He missed the play in the 7th. That's hindsight's, but Buck's been our leading hitter probably most of the year. So I felt like he just, but if he puts the ball, I'm thinking he's going to chop a ball over the pitcher's head like he does all the time. And he hits the ball to one part of the infield where, his speed doesn't matter.
Robbie?
You talk about the game finding you, and Hunter came up there in those positions, it seemed like all night. I mean, what are you seeing from him right now? You think he's pressing a little bit, or
yeah,
what's
trying to? It's just he's got to get it out of his head a little bit and compete. He's just not. He was up there in a lot of big opportunities, and it's tough. It's tough because we need to hit in that spot. I mean, I'm gonna have to take a look at my lineup and figure out some things because we can't go through with some of the things that we went through last year. So,
Steve?
Bounce back for Jacob Pruitt tonight. As you mentioned, he left a couple balls up, but outside of that, he was outstanding. And that's the guy you signed, right?
yeah, that's right. He was really good. So I think he struck out 7, 8, 9 in 4 innings. That's a pretty good night, and really found his breaking stuff about the 2nd or 3rd inning, which I thought was really what we need out of him because he's got such good secondary stuff.
Robbie?
You turned to Ben Davis a lot here the first couple of weeks, and I know that was a tough home run he gave up, but otherwise was dominant.
Really good. Yeah,
I mean, what
good.
are you seeing from him right now?
Strikes, stuff with strikes, and he's just getting out there. He competes. I hated for him that we give up that homer, but he's the guy you want out there right now.